What is up, YouTube? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I like to talk about Asian masculinity and why many Asians here in America are associated with these gangs that are within, pop culture, prison in the prison systems, and around, major cities and urban areas that just promote nothing but violence, drugs, and who knows what that's not healthy for an individual. So let's take it back. Most Asians came from countries that made them very docile, very harmless, and made them what you would call as beta males, right? You do what you're told and you put your head down and you take the beating as a good dog or as a good servant. So the men or most Asian males who have these type of fathers who are docile, emasculated by the government system in their countries, they become very attached to the thought of the opposite of who they see as a masculine figure in their household, and that's the gangster, the rebellious male who does whatever he wants, and he is chasing thrills and adrenaline rushes throughout his life. He lives life with no consequences, no regrets, and he does whatever he wants, like a street thug, an outlaw, cowboy, whatever you want to name it. He has no rules and he doesn't care about himself or anyone around him. He is just trying to live in the moment, and who knows what's going to happen to him. So, when you go back to most Asian countries, right? Most of these Asian countries, they expect you to be a good Samaritan citizen, to do one thing only, and that's to serve their government system. That's to pay the taxes, start a family, and raise them, work for companies under the government, and earn a somewhat livable wage. And in the process, hope to not become a gambling addict, an alcoholic, a womanizer, or, create single mothers in the process. But when you like think about that culture, right, it's essentially just poverty in a sense, or communism. There's only one group of individuals who control all the wealth and all the money, while the lower class or the working class is just left to defend for themselves, and there's no way of going up unless you were born into that, upper class. See, just thinking about that, it makes you think why Asians are who they are, right? And when you really think about it, there's only really two things that can save Asian cultures or Asian individual, especially as a man, and that's usually, religion or to join the dark side. And with how life is being yin yang, there needs to be a balance. And sometimes you do have to. Sometimes some people in this world want to see what it's like to be in the dark side, and some people just know that the dark side is not for them, so they choose religion and to prosper in life and do nothing but good until the day they die. And others who get tried out usually get stuck in that type of lifestyle and usually end up in the prison system or never come back, or in other words, 6 feet under. I can see why, most Asians hate other Asians. And when I say it like that, I mean like it's more of like a competitive state and the awareness of who they are as an individual. Most people see Asians as like harmless people and they're good working people, but in reality, they're just really good actors in my eyes. They're really good actors. They're not really good risk takers. And if you do meet somebody who's a risk taker or who is a gangster or wannabe thug, they're usually the dumbest individuals you will ever meet in your life. Lucky for me, I was born into America's system where masculinity was a very broad statement. For me, I would describe masculinity as a spiritual awakening when it came to the pains and struggles I went through in life. That's what cultivated my armor that I have now as a masculine man. And I don't mean as like a cringy way. I just saying it as in I do believe I am a masculine man because my life experiences have described me as a male. And I didn't, hide, run. I didn't sometimes I had to fight. But overall, I didn't follow into the program. I'm not really a religious person. I'm not really a thug or wannabe street person. I don't have no tattoos. I just live my life the way how I want to. And I just understand that I don't have to follow a crowd. Every time I try to fit in, I never fit in. It's almost if like I'm always going to be alone in this world. But overall, Asian masculinity is non-existence because of where we came from, and that is the truth. And we get sucked up into this, wannabe gangster joining a gang. In reality, we should just start our own group and do our own thing and live by how we see and perceive how life is through our experiences. Yes, you can listen to me. Yes, you can understand my experiences, but sometimes if you don't go through them, you might not understand what I'm talking about. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys later.